SourceLifeRadio.com.
Your top internet source for music and media.
La Diva Latina. I really can't hear myself all that good. Yeah. Yes, my guest is here, DJ Superstar J. What up?
You forgot my name. You forgot it, right?
DJ Super. I don't know.
Nah, it's Superstar J. It seemed like you forgot it though.
No, you know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be honest. No.
Superstar J.
No, I didn't forget your name. Your name is a tongue twister.
You think?
Yeah. So it's like super zab zab zab. Like it's like one of those like superstars.
I think it rolls good on the tongue.
I gotta get used to it.
It's all good.
Star J.
How you? How you?
Good.
Whip, right?
Whip. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for making it in the rain. You'd be surprised. People get like they melt in the rain. They don't want to come out of the house.
Yeah, and I'm early too.
He's on. I wouldn't say early. I would say like on time.
I mean, I didn't want to get here like 7:30, 7 o'clock. You know.
What's going on? How was your day?
It was good. You know, working hard all the time, just putting stuff together.
You're so humble. Like you're just sitting here, like, what's up?
Nah, I mean, you know, I do this a lot, so you know it's different when you're getting interviewed. So you know, I'm very excited to be interviewed right now.
I can see the excitement; it's all over your face.
Nah, that's me. That's the Leo in me. That's
snap! When's your birthday?
August 20th.
I'm August 18th.
Okay, so you know we relate.
But Leos are more like live, like wow, like you know.
I'm live. I mean, you know, Leos, you gotta warm up. You gotta warm a Leo up.
Let me make. Do I need to get some alcohol or something? What do you?
Nah, I'm good. I'm good. Nah, but you know, you gotta warm. You know, Leos like to see the room, warm it up.
Yeah, we observe, we watch, we see.
Yeah, you know how we do.
I got you. So you're from Queens?
Yes, the north side of Queens.
Is there a difference outside, north side?
It's a.
I'm from Brooklyn, so I don't know.
Okay, well, it seemed like you got a little bit of Queens in you too.
From everywhere.
You know, it's not. It's really not a difference. It's just, you know, I represent the whole borough of Queens, but what part I'm from Queens, because when I used to play ball, a lot of people used to think everybody from Queens was from Queensbridge because of Nas.
So you had to kind of separate it and be like, I'm from Queens, but I'm from...
Like, you from the bridge, you know, like a lot of people would just would say that. But
because that's all we know.
Yeah, you know, I mean, because it was out there, and that's what was put out there. You know, Run DMC was from Hollis, Queens, and LL represent Farmers. That's where I'm from, like Farmers Boulevard, Linden Boulevard.
Guy Brewer's
South Side.
Oh,
so,
shit.
you know what I mean? We on the other side of it.
Trying to front like I know.
But I mean, you know parts of Queens. But, you know, North Side just came about because it was the South Side, and then it was the North Side of Queens. And, you know, I really feel like when I started doing mixtapes, I used to shout out North Side because my other close friends used to be like, yo, you know, North Side. And it really wasn't put out there, and I brung it out there.
Put it on the map.
Yeah.
Okay. So you started off at what age would you say DJing? What age do you remember?
14.
14. You were DJing?
Basement parties and hooky parties and doing our own parties and putting out mixtapes. That's where I really blew up, was from the mixtapes.
I know. Yeah. That's why I called you the mixtape god.
Yeah. One of the gods.
I feel, one of the gods, obviously. But
I don't like to say that. Like,
you're the god.
Yeah. I won the Mixtape DJ of the Year this year, too. Last year.
And I saw MTV also.
Yeah, MTV DJ of the Year. I won that early. Like,
you got to give yourself a little credit now. You
I see your accent coming in, too, the Latino. Credit.
Dominicana.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, but that's dope. I mean, it's good to hear. I mean, we don't know these things by just looking at your pictures and watching your Instagram.
Yeah, a lot of people think I just started.
Yeah, well, I'm going to be honest. I feel like you were under the radar, but I've always heard about you. Like, I always knew who you were, but it was like you had your Flex, your Clue, your Kid Capri, you know, and then it was like, then you had other people, you know, so it was like, I felt like I knew who you were. That's why I say I felt like I know you, but I didn't know you.
I mean, I didn't really get it. I don't feel like I'm really at like the Clue and the Flex level because I ain't dropped an album yet and I ain't sell worldwide records. But far as celebrity wise and famous, like if you walk in the room, you're gonna say, hey, there's Flex, there's Clue, that's Superstar J.
Right.
So I feel good about that. But far as me being under the radar is because, you know, the industry got to know you. Like, I've been doing these mixtapes. I dropped over probably, for far as the series right now, I'm doing the IM mixtapes. I'm almost reaching 200 mixtapes I've done. And I done got an award like 3 years ago for over 3.5 million downloads and physical downloads of all my mixtapes. So, but people still didn't know me, and I done had over 3.5 million, and I won the Justo's Rookie of the Year. And that was good. That was big for me because Justo's was like the first mixtape awards that, you know, solidified you as a real DJ. I won MTV DJ of the Year, and I won Underground Music DJ of the Year. Also, I won Underground Music Awards on radio show too, because we had our radio show. That was the like VIP this. Saturdays, or no? That was Superstar Radio. That was when I was doing this.
Oh, well, I'm glad you brought up mixtapes because you know, I feel like our era mixtapes were popping.
Okay.
You know, I mean, every week, especially college students. Yeah. Mixtapes. What got you started? Why mixtapes?
When I first started doing mixtapes, it was just for like you know how the action with Juice when Queen Latifah was like, yo, you just local. Yeah. I was doing local mixtapes, you know, giving it around my friends and doing it, you know. But I felt big, you know what I'm saying? Like when you go past somebody's playing your joint.
People asking you for your mixtape.
Yeah. I actually was doing college radio too. That, like, you know, showed me how to do radio, WBNY. And I actually started getting relationships with big labels because I used to lie and say I was on a big radio station in Buffalo.
So let me write that down. Lie to the
not really lie, but you know, just make the
embellish. You gotta embellish.
Yeah, make the look bigger than what it was. And they used to start sending me records for free and getting artists to come through the station. Yeah. And you know, after that, I just, you know, started doing crazy parties, and I graduated from school and I went to New York, and I was on top of the world. I was the flex in Buffalo, and I went to New York, and I was nobody again.
Right.
So I had to find a way to get known. As far as parties, I was too young for any promoter. That's when parties was parties in New York. I was too young for a promoter to hire me, and there was so many DJs in New York. You know, when you're in New York, Buffalo's like 5 good DJs. New York is probably 100 good DJs and 100 unknown DJs and 100 DJs coming at you. So I said, let me study this mixtape and get it right. And for me being in college, I learned the internet before dudes at home did.
Right. It's so true because the computer thing was coming up and everybody was like, I don't know anything about computer.
What was the first thing? Black Planet, you know what I mean? Bagging chicks on Black Planet. Yeah, you know, I was on Black Planet. And
who wasn't on Black Planet?
Yeah, my friend introduced me to a guy that was getting music before it was coming out. So he started hitting me with music. So I started doing mixtapes, and people used to be like, yo, how did he get this music? And I went on the Avenue, and it was the Clue, the Big Mike, the K-Slay, all these dudes, Who Kid, and I was Superstar J, and they used to grab my mixtape. Not to, you know, prolong this, but I did 5,000 mixtapes to this day. I don't have them anymore, but like 4 or 5 years ago, every time when I felt that I was getting big, I used to look at them 5,000 mixtapes because I only sold 10 out of 5,000 mixtapes. Oh. So, you know, I was doing this big thing. My cousin gave me some money, and I printed all in. I couldn't sell nothing. So, as far as music went, I had to drop another mixtape. I dropped another one, then I dropped another one, and the dudes was like, yo, who's this kid? And then I started asking. What put me on the map was, I think Joe Buttons had a diss record against G-Unit. And I ran to Skane's house because that was Clue and them artists. And I was like, yo, Skane, I need that record. He's like, you know what? I'm going to give you the record, see what you do. And I brought that put the mixtape out that same day, dropped it on the Avenue. And the dude said, yo, let me get 40 copies. Wow. Call me back. Let me get 100 copies. And then everybody from New York started calling me to get the mixtape.
And you're the only person that had that album?
The disc record right there, because then I had the reply of G-Unit, but they didn't really come at him. Wow. But I dropped another mixtape for the reply, and I was just on fire. And before I used to pay the dudes to put because it was a big thing if your playlist was on the door, and I used to give the dudes like $20, like, yo, here, just put my playlist on the door. And after that, I just, you know, kept it consistent and started dropping mixtapes, and I started dropping every week, and then labels started calling me, and from there, you know, that's how the Superstar J thing began.
Man, I can't even explain how much mixtapes, you know, had an effect on just music culture.
Yeah. I got smart, and I embraced the internet and I embraced the Dat Piffs, the live mixtapes, because a lot of DJs were still making money, and they felt like if these dudes have their mixtape on the site, people are listening to it.
Right.
But I'm like, how can you beat them when they're gonna put it on there anyway? So I started trying to find.
Joined them.
Not join them. I wish I joined them, because these dudes are millionaires. Dat Piff they're millionaires. You know what I mean? Like they done cashed out like 18 times off of the DJ culture. You know what I mean? Live mixtapes, and they're millionaires. You know what I'm saying? It's just that somebody wasn't smart enough to do that, and they did it.
Right.
They did it right. So I look at, I embraced it, and I hit the Dat Piffs and the live mixtapes. They knew who I was already, and I was like, yo, I'm cool with it. Just as long as you show me love, I'll show you love. I'll send you my mixtape there. Because bootlegging, the RIA is, I don't know if somebody gave them a lesson about mixtapes. They feel like, you're making money off this, like how they arrested Drama, but Drama got the charges, bro, because the artist was sending him the music. Right. But the labels was like, nah,
they were missing out on that check.
But they don't know that if the labels were more smart, they would have signed DJs to drop mixtapes with their artists. You know what I mean? Right. So you can get the streets hot and break an artist, because you could break artists off of mixtapes.
Well, I want to talk about, because this is still related to like mixtapes. I want to talk about beef. Okay. Musical beefs. How many beefs have you not ignited or started, because you're not starting it, but you're playing them? Do you feel like you become part of it because you're playing it and you're putting it? Has that ever come to you, like, yo, why you put that nigga beef? Why you put that?
Actually, and I never said this on air, was Nikki and me, right? We're very cool. You know what I mean? We're very cool. We're not as cool as we was. I mean, we never was like, hey, call it every day or something. But I felt like, when I seen her, she'll show me love. Right. And we all, when she was blowing up, when she was coming up, we did a mixtape, a best of mixtape, and I feel like no other DJ would have got that from her drops and all that at her space. But it was one time that, Little Kim gave me drops, and I don't know Little Kim. I never met her. Like, I met her, but we never had a conversation. Or, even if she knows who I am, I just feel like my loyalty would be with Nikki than with her. Right. So I would never big up a record like, yo, new Little Kim getting that Nikki, what's up? I wouldn't have did that. Right. But, that's just me. Like, G-Unit, my loyalty was with G-Unit. So, like, when people used to drop diss records, I would never big it up. You know what I'm saying? I would never big it up. And, I was just showing respect. Like, if I know you and I got a personal conversation, I ain't going to have another radio host say, yo, fuck her and all this. Right. Because I have nothing to do with that. But you still got to report what's going on. We're radio people. We have no opinion. Right. You're like. Some people can get over it with their opinion. Like the Wendy Williams, Charlamagne can get over with it, having their own opinion that works for them. With me on radio, I don't get into that.
You say neutral. You're like, yo.
Yeah, so, it might be somebody that I have a personal relationship that did something for me, and I might play their record, and they might be mad at me. But the whole Nikki thing, I did a mixtape with Little Kim, and she hosted, but I never had her say nothing disrespectful. But I felt after I did that mixtape, our relationship shifted.
It shifted a little bit.
You know what I'm saying? And it wasn't like nothing derogatory where I had them dissing it, or her dissing it, or I was bigging it up. But you got to pick and choose what it is. Like, even with mixtapes, I do when I have around the way people, I tell them, man, don't give me a diss record, because that ain't going to blow you up. Right. Sometimes it worked with 50 because 50, you was caught up in their drama. But, it's a lot of people that feel like they're on the radio where I can diss this dude from another block. And, all right, but these people, everybody knows. So if something happens, the cops is going to come. Right. These dudes might have beef. Something might happen. And it's going to happen. So I don't want people like, when I do mixtapes, I don't give drops to nobody because I don't know what they're going to do with my drops. I might, drops is like, yo, Superstar J hosting whip mixtape, and you like, yo, he puts the drops on the diss record. Pop, pop, pop. Nah, it can be like, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, you doing Superstar J, let him know. Yeah. And it be like, yo, fuck this bitch. And
this is Superstar J.
And the artist is like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I don't put that in. I be like, give me a hit record than a diss record.
Okay. That's smart. leave yourself out of it.
I mean, you know, sometimes people will pick on the DJ or the radio host when they don't pick up the people that's dissing them. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not trying to be in the streets. I love to DJ. I love to hang out and do that. I don't like to just see right now I'm by myself.
Right.
Because I don't engage in that. You know what I'm saying? I'm not trying to be in no tough guy. That's been past me now.
Right. You see the bigger picture. I mean,
yeah.
You can't get to the finish line if you're over here caught up with all the other ish.
Yeah.
What moves you as far as an artist? Like, what is it about an artist that captivates you that's like, wow, he got it.
Talent.
Or she got it.
Talent. First is hard work. Because there's a lot of people that I feel I didn't feel like they was the greatest talent, but they're on top of the world now. You know what I'm saying? There's a lot of hard work. Like, I prime example, French Montana. Like, I felt he was great. He was good. I didn't think that he would be at the level he's at now. He's partying with Madonna. He's signing big deals.
Right.
And this is like when me and you was talking behind the scenes. You was like you was rapping at 2004. I seen French at 2003 in his BMW, and he was selling. You know, he's telling me, "Yo, I got my DVD. Yo, can I host your mixtape and this and that?" And
it's crazy.
You know, now look at him. And you know, at that time, you had the Gravies, the Paps and all that, and they was the founders in New York. French was not even brought up.
Yeah.
But he kept at it. You know what I mean? He learned how to do songs and
gotta be
do records. Like, you can be talented and rhyme your ass off just like DJ, but if you can't make that right record for the masses to enjoy themselves when they party and say, yo, you know what? I want to buy his record. Then it's not going to work. It's a lot of rappers that I'm better than French, but can you make a better record than him?
Right.
Or can you make relationships to get these records?
It's so true. You can be so talented but not be personable, not have that personality to be able to perform. Some people are good in a booth. Yeah. But they're not good on stage.
Some good at acapellas, and then when that beat come on, it's like they drowning.
If you guys are just tuning in, by the way, Superstar J.
She forgot it again.
DJ Superstar. I didn't forget.
She forgot it. Damn.
You're making me nervous.
Nah.
If you guys
want on you.
Yeah.
You married?
I'm engaged.
Okay. Congratulations.
Thank you. Speaking of married, are you married? Family? Kids?
Nah, I was actually trying to take you out. Then I seen the ring. I was like, man, it's over now. Oh. Now I got one child. You know what I mean? I gotta find a person in the industry.
You want somebody in the industry?
I mean, a person that can understand what we do. Yeah, I definitely. Your husband, soon to be husband, has to understand your lifestyle. That
he does.
You're very pretty. You're very, you know what I'm saying. So a lot of guys are gonna holler at you 24/2.
Dap.
And you know what I mean. So you might say something. Hey, you know, we might have a conversation on the phone that you might feel like is no thing. Like, hey, thanks, boo, thanks, babes, and your person you with might be like, who the fuck is this? You know what I mean?
It's true, but you at the same time, like, you don't want somebody that's doing what you're doing, or because then it's like, oh, you know him too, and you know her too, and you know. I mean,
that's up to y'all to understand, but I feel like most relationships and a lot of people that's in our industry, they deal with a person that already knows how this goes down, and sometimes that, you know, DJing, you don't get vacations, you can't take off. You know what I mean? My daughter's mother, I love her, but we're not together, you know what I mean, like that.
Right.
But, you know, I got to tell her, like, I have to DJ, this is how I get paid. You know what I mean? Like,
you need that check at the end of the month.
Yeah, I would never say, hey, stop doing what you're doing and you're getting paid for, or you doing progress. Now, if I wasn't getting progress and I was just up and coming and I'm just out every night.
Wasting time.
You know what I mean? Wasting time, but sometimes I can relate to it. But, you know, you just got to get a person that can understand and deal with the things that goes on in this industry.
What are you working on now? I'm not ready to let you go yet.
All right, Leo, I'm not ready too. What I'm working on right now is I co-own a website called Global Hip Hop TV. That's been helping out on that because I've been towards the web. I'm working on my album right now. I'm gonna put it out. You know what I mean? Nowadays you don't need a label. You know what I'm saying, to get where you need to be.
But do you produce at all?
I have producers that I've signed.
Okay.
Actually, I have a big record that Remy had that is called Hands Up with Yo Gotti, Rick Ross, and her that I produced.
Okay.
That's it actually went gold.
Hold on. All right.
It went gold streaming wise. You know, now they count streams, so it went gold streaming wise. By like July, you'll feel, the certification. You know, just working with artists, you know, improving on radio, trying to make good radio, and improving on my branding myself. I think it's all about, you can never stop branding yourself because there's always a check for you.
Absolutely. So you're on Saturdays, what time?
8 p.m. to 12 a.m.
Okay, I'm going to have to check it out.
Check it out. I'll invite you there, you know, see what's going on.
I would love to come and watch and just kind of, you know, learn.
Yeah, I mean, I feel how you host, you know.
Thank you. I appreciate you coming, sharing your life with us, sharing your story with us.
Yeah.
And you have a mixtape coming out. When are you going to drop it?
I mean, mixtapes I do every week.
Well, you have an album coming out. I'm sorry.
We're just working on that. You know how these artists are, and
yeah.
you know, I'm trying to make the best album I can.
Summer 16.
Yeah.
What's going on for the summer?
Summer I'll be actually I'll be in DR
what?
in May. In the May Memorial Day weekend.
I gotta give you a shout out to my Santo Domingo
Puerto Plata.
people.
I'll be out. I'll be in Puerto Plata.
Puerto.
Yeah.
Say Puerto.
You gotta stop, man. You engaged. Stop talking like that. Turning me on.
I'm trying to teach you. Puerto Plata.
Yeah, good food out there. I'm looking for the food. I'll be at Lifestyles Resort out there.
That's what's up. For Memorial Weekend?
Yes.
Okay.
Rocking out. So.
All right.
Just doing parties and radio and mixtapes and trying to put an album.
And building that brand.
Yeah.
Shout out to Jayla.
Yeah, shout out to Jayla. Jayla Pooh, and you know, at me at DJ Superstar J. If you heard the interview and you like how
I'm gonna definitely put the link up.
Yeah, man, you gotta do that Instagram video. So you get a good question and send it to me so I can put it up.
You're gonna do that for me? I appreciate
of course.
that.
The views,
well, I was gonna
man.
ask you that. Are you big on social media? I mean, I know you post, but do you also communicate with people on social media?
Yeah, I hate the inbox, but you know, it is what it is.
It is. It works when it needs to work.
Yeah, you know, some people unwant it, but you know, you slid through the DM.
Yeah, I was like, yo, can you come on my show, please?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I respect that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much again for coming through in the rain.
Yeah.
And we out of here. I'll be back next week. It's your girl with Montez.